What I'm going to request is, or what I'm going to tell you that I would like, is for nobody to talk except me. I have the mic. That means this is a one-way conversation. You sit and listen. You're probably not going to do what I ask you to do anyway, because as soon as you leave out the church, you're going to do what you want to do, just like when Pastor comes up here. So let's just fake it. Let's get through it, and then we'll get out of here. You can go do what you want to do. No, you know what? I was going to be a lot meaner on that, but stop and think about it. How many times have we had similar conversations like that with children? With the kids, that when they come and talk to us about something important, or they've gotten in trouble, how many times do we really slow down and ask them their side of what's going on? We don't. We automatically jump to the conclusion that your child screwed up again. So you try to get on them about it, my way or the highway. And how many people know how to finish this statement? Don't do as I do, do as I say. So, I was doing some research on the internet about some of the things that the youth are being tempted with these days. And it's amazing when you look on the internet how many negative things there are that pop up right away that you can get involved with. I looked up let's cover first how important youth are to God. In Luke 18:15 through 17, it says, "And they brought unto him also infants, that he would touch them. But when his disciples saw it, they rebuked them. But Jesus said Jesus called them unto him and said, Suffer little children to come unto me, and forbid them not, for of such is the kingdom of God. Verily I say unto you, whosoever shall not receive the kingdom of God as a little child shall in no wise enter therein." Now let's stop and think about how children receive things. If you give a child a brand new toy, a skateboard, a bike, they are going to look at you like you have just given them the greatest thing in their life. When God tells you to receive the kingdom of God like a child, that's the best gift you could ever get. And half the time we're so caught up in cliches and things we've grown up hearing that we forget the specialness that Jesus has brought into our lives. Excuse me, I'm battling a little sinus thing here. But in Mark 9:42, it says, "And whosoever shall offend one of these little ones that believeth in me, it is better for him that a millstone were hanged around his neck, and he were cast into the sea." Now, that's how important children are to God. So, it stands to reason that Satan's going to do his best to try to take them before they have a chance to come to know Jesus. Now, how are some of the ways that he's taken them? Well, when I looked up on the internet, I just wanted to check a specific age group for suicide rates. So I went and I checked, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I checked 11-year-olds. Okay? I found 3 cases. There were more, but 3 stood out to me. In Atlanta, there was a young boy who was being picked on at school. He came home, he told his mom that everybody was giving him a hard time. This had been going on for a while. His younger sister came and told his mom. She's the one that brought it to her attention. Her son comes home upset. She sends him into his room to calm down. She goes to check on him, and he had hung himself with his belt by his bunk bed. An 11-year-old little kid. I can't get over that. You know, that we always talk about grown people and suicide rates, but it just tugs at my heart a little more when Another 11-year-old in Britain was getting picked on his school bus. He told his mom he hated school, he hated to ride the bus. He said that Brian was very mean to him. Now, Brian was not one of the school kids. Brian was his bus driver, who was joining in with the school kids and picking on this little 11-year-old kid. He went, tied shoestrings around his neck, and tied him to his bed and killed himself. Now, what kind of an adult, what kind of an example was that bus driver? And I can imagine what he must be going through right now, even thinking that he did that. The last one that I want to bring up was in China. A little girl, and this kind of links to what I wanted to set like a state of shock at the beginning by getting up here and being rude and telling y'all, shut up, don't do nothing. But I want to tell you something. When you're standing in front of a bunch of women, black women, and you're a white man, no, I'm not that brave. I cut my losses. But this little girl went to school. It's like 10 till 8, 10 till 9 in the morning. Left class, went up on the top of a 6-story school building and jumped off and killed herself. And the reason she did that was because her and her mom had not been getting along. If there's any place that a child should feel safe, it is at home. And I can't say this enough. Take time to find out what's going on with your kids. Please. We have been talking about starting a youth program here at the church. Now, some of the things that I'd like to see happen with it, and I'm just one of the workers, so camping trips, car washes, overnights at the church, things to get kids coming in. Because with kids, you kind of got to be slick. You can't let them know that you're teaching them. You have to make it fun. And then once they realize you're teaching them, it's too late, you already got it. But what do we do with them once we get them here? Proverbs 22, 6 and 7 says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. What we want to do is we want to get them in here, and we want to let them know that they are somebody, that they do matter. Because a lot of kids, 11-year-old kids, should not be feeling like there's such a hole in their life that there's nothing they can do. There are enough adults in this church that when we do start this youth program, and I'm telling you it's going to take off, and when it does, we as a whole are going to have to reach out to these kids. They're going to be coming from homes with no mom, with no dad, and they're going to need positive role models. And for those of us, I have heard several times since I've been here, Sister Benita said to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty. Well, this is a time where a lot of us that haven't gotten our hands dirty yet are going to dig in. Because you're going to be asked to help on camping trips. You're going to be asked to help with car washes. To me, that kind of stuff isn't too often bad. I mean, you could.